Say our prayers that it stays this way. Yesterday was like something no one has ever seen on this border. And going back about 20 or 30 years, there was this thing called the Bonsai Rush, when about 100 or 200 people would actually get up on a hillside over here and rush, knowing there was only 10 or 12 agents there. So 10 or 12 people would get caught and about 180 people would get through. That was before there was even a fence there at all, believe it or not. Now there is fence of some form or fashion up and down this whole area. But that's what they were rushing yesterday. And actually, they managed to get through part of the fence. Now, here's the area we're showing you right now. Jason is panning over. Believe it or not, some of this actually reached into this area right here, which is almost into the United States. That line right there defines the United States from Mexico, and that's about how close they got because there were hundreds of them, and they kept on coming. So I don't know if anybody has seen these pictures from yesterday. There are some unbelievable pictures, but we're going to start with the rush that began, about noon yesterday on Sunday. Check it out.
Oh my God.
Looking at these pictures, it is hard to believe this is happening just a few feet from America's finest city. With little or no hope for asylum in the United States, members of the caravan followed through on their promise to rush the border, in some cases actually getting through, but not getting far.
To be completely frank, there were numerous people that actually made it across the border. We're in the process of building the new border wall here, but we don't have it completed.
In a sign of complete desperation, hundreds of migrants took their chances and lost. At this point, there are almost as many agents as there are migrants. The busiest border crossing in the world just turned into a war zone.
The group breached a couple sections of that, actually tore down one small section, started to rush across, and that's another time that they started assaulting our agents. We were able to hold them back using riot techniques.
Part of that technique was tear gas and shutting down the busiest border crossing on Earth. Traffic in both directions coming to a complete stop for almost 5 hours. No cars, no trucks, no people.
There's some good people in there, I know that. But we can't just take care of the world in one country.
This part of the country is no stranger to migrant caravans. They've been arriving at this spot for decades now. But no one can remember a group this big or this defiant.
You know, I saw a lot of women and children there was, but the majority was men.
Before the smoke settled, 42 migrants were arrested and taken away in handcuffs. Under the president's new policy, they will be denied asylum and sent home, including the women and children.
It breaks my heart because I'm of Latino descent, but I'm American first, because they gave us the opportunity that we don't have in these countries. And if we keep just allowing lawlessness, America won't be what these people are coming for.
I thought that was a pretty profound statement. If we keep letting people in and they keep coming in without being, without being checked, then what do we become? Then we become a crazy country. One of the reasons why America is so wonderful is because we do have laws and we do have controls over our own existence here, and what you saw there was just unbelievable, and that all happened literally just a few feet away from where we're standing. So those additional troops, you guys, are apparently coming from Texas, and because they didn't really know which direction the caravan was going to go, they thought that a lot of them would go to El Paso, a lot of them would go through Arizona, but it looks like a majority of them have decided to come to Tijuana right here. And the numbers are all over the place, but anywhere from 4,000 to 7,000 people right now are over there waiting for something to happen. The problem is it's probably not going to happen. As most of us know, if we follow the news, President Trump has basically informed the government of Mexico that even if these people do apply for asylum, they're going to stay over in Mexico until they get approved or disapproved. Under the previous system, if you came over here, said, I have a credible threat and I want to declare asylum, you would stay in the United States. Well, the president is saying, no, that's over now. You're going to stay over there until you're cleared, and if you are cleared, then you'll come into the United States. A completely different approach to what has been happening under the so-called catch and release program that was so ineffective for so many years. So let me tell you, multi-layered, obviously. You see the pictures of the women and children, your heart has to break. as that one man said, 90% of the people in these caravans are men. As the Trump administration has said, 500 of them are hardened criminals, and these are the guys who really want to get in and do some bad. But holy cow, you guys, it is so real down here, and the whole world is watching, and the whole world is talking about what's happening in our little corner of the earth. And boy, it's something to talk about.